guys, it's Momon from First 4 Figures, and welcome back to another launch stream. Today we are going to unveil the latest addition to our Okami PVC lineup, Shiranui Pvc Statue. Okami has been one of the fastest growing brands in our F4F family, and we've released a resin version of Shiranui already. And considering that characters like Amaterasu and Aki's wolf form have already had PVC versions made, we figured it is about time we launched a Shiranui Pvc Statue. Now, our boss Alex posted developmental photos in our First 4 Figures official Collectors Club group over on Facebook some time ago, asking our F4F family for suggestions on how to improve this statue's design. And thanks to you guys and the hard work of our team at F4F, we're finally ready to show you the finished result. Now, I know that Shiranui's gender isn't exactly certain, so to avoid constantly repeating him or her, and to save you guys the trouble of hearing me say that multiple times, I will refer to Shiranui as a male from this point on. Without further ado, here he is, the standard edition of Shiranui Pvc. Shiranui is looking great here with his solar flare reflector on full display, posed in a candid manner with his head turned. Now, as Shiranui is a godly creature, his pose and head here depicts him in all his majesty, with full visibility of the head for display. Now, initially, Alex posted a concept photo that had Shiranui posed with his head facing front. And many of our club members made the suggestion that perhaps a turned head would look more natural. So Alex posted a poll, and the results came back, and you know what? We agreed. Having Shiranui's head turned definitely makes him look more regal, as if he is observing his surroundings. Besides that, the placement of the tail was also something that Alex asked our members' input on, and after taking a look at your suggestions, we decided to have his tail downturned, with the way that it curves around giving an effect that emulates a paintbrush, which is consistent with the gameplay. The overall sculpting, such as his fur, have been made to highlight the general shape of the fur as a nod to the cel-shaded, cartoony style of the video game. It allows for us to create a realistic adaptation of Shiranui while staying true to the aesthetic that the video game is known for. Furthermore, the swirls that you see on Shiranui's body are reminiscent of the traditional Japanese art style and brushstrokes that we see in the Okami video game. Now let's talk about the other details. Now, Shiranui has crimson markings around his eyes, on his head down to his back, as well as the tips on his shoulders and legs. The tips have been sculpted in a manner that emphasizes the swirls and brushstroke-like structure, creating dimension. The black and crimson markings that run along them help to direct the motion visually, so you can imagine how it would move if it would reel. There's a gradient in the smallest parts like Shiranui's paws. A gray color has been added near the toenails. And it's tiny details like this that our team includes that bring Shiranui's gracefulness to real life. Our team's commitment to details is ever present here. Now, for instance, if you've seen the resin version of Shiranui that we've released before, you'll see that Shiranui's white tendrils look different here than from the resin version. Well, since we are adapting a larger resin piece to a smaller PVC piece, our team adjusted the tendrils so it would not look so crowded. The material of the tendrils is glow in the dark, and the tendrils are ivory and made with a slightly translucent material. And on the tendrils, we used different colors of orange, yellow, and light grays to imitate how the light from the flames of the reflector would affect the mane. And it is these fine details that really bring this whole piece together. Now let's move on to his weapon, the Solar Flare Reflector. It is a sun-centric reflector that has been imbued with the power of fire, and is the strongest reflector that can be obtained in the video game. Now, players can obtain the solar flare after learning the blizzard technique from celestial brush god Itagami in the Waku Shrine. Now, unlike other reflectors players can obtain in the game, such as Amaterasu's Divine Retribution, the flames that solar flare projects are multi-colored. Now, the flames closest to the disc in the center are bright orange, which slowly moves into yellow, then finally a vibrant green. The gradient in between each color is beautifully executed, and just like our other Okami statues, we used a translucent material that allows for the light to shine through, and the way that it's been sculpted to emulate the natural way the flame moves. Let's move on down to the base. Now, the base design is consistent with our Okami PVC lineup. It has a red circle with flames that is the same as the symbol you'd see on the video game cover behind the title. Now, the sides of the base have been adorned with the same intricate floral designs that you've seen from the rest of the lineup. We've also included a realistically sculpted rock that Shiranui steps on. The rock has been painted with varying shades of gray to highlight the jagged parts as well as add dimension. Flowers have also been added, which is reminiscent of the bloom brush technique that is obtained by players in the game, which allows players to create flowers on the ground. The leaves that accompany the flowers also have a gradient effect in the paintwork, as well as specks of dark colors to increase their realism. The most adorable part of this whole statue for me is the Shaku, Shiranui's celestial envoy who speaks for him. Here we have the younger Shaku sporting a large brown helmet that looks like the Kabutomoshi beetle with red and blue armor, his 2 scrolls on his back as well as his little paintbrush at his hip. Seeing Shaku with his tiny arms crossed just makes my heart melt. He is so cute. And despite being tiny, the team has implemented even the most minute details, and that is something you guys can definitely look forward to when you receive this piece. Here is something really cool about Shaku. Now, given that Shiranui's pose is mainly looking over the horizon and not specifically looking straight ahead, it means that you can angle Shiranui from 3 different angles. Here's how they would look. You can choose whichever angle matches your preference. Furthermore, in order to account for the fact that people will vary the way that they display their Shiranui, we made a swivel joint on Shaku's neck to allow you to rotate the head. So it's always facing the front no matter which way you want Shiranui to face. Now we've covered all the wonderful details in the standard edition, so now let's talk about the exclusive edition. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mon, this isn't the one that you showed me just now. And let me tell you, yes, it is not. In fact, it is a variant that we are offering alongside Shiranui Pvc. This is Shiranui Pvc Celestial Hal, named after her different pose here. Now the variant was inspired by Shiranui's Howling Pose in the game. In fact, this is great for a lot of you guys that commented Howling Pose as a suggestion. So we took on your feedback and decided to create this version too. This Howling Pose makes the statue look even more dynamic, accompanied with the sculpting of its other body features, as well as the solar flare reflector, making the piece seem as if it has captured the instant that Shiranui howls at the moon. The elongation of the neck in his pose leads up to the fine details even within his mouth. Up close, you can see the tiniest teeth details, which may be small, but definitely important in capturing a realistic version of Shiranui. And of course, this variant will include all the features the previous one has, so no worries. You guys can have options! Okay, too soon for the effects, guys. Anywho, we at F4F love to offer you guys choices on how to display your statue the way that you prefer. So with the exclusive edition of Shiranui Pvc and Shiranui Pvc Celestial Hal, we've included 2 LED modes, static and animated, which when turned on, the solar reflector will light up. Once in static mode, the tendrils will look as if they are glowing from within, because they are. We have an LED installed within the body that emits the lights from the base of the tendrils and creates the effect of an aura-like glow from within. And once Shiranui is in animated mode, the lights will pulse and create a flame-like effect. Now the animated mode makes the solar flare look the way that it did in the video game when it was in use, and it helps to emulate the motion of the flames when it's moving. Now given that the sculpting of the flames already portrays such a dynamic movement, having the flames light up and the tendrils glow help bring about a magical and majestic quality fit for a godly creature like Shiranui. With all that said, the exclusive edition of both variants will come in our Premium Deluxe box, along with limited edition numbering and an authentication card. And of course, it will also come with a charging cable for the rechargeable battery. Now let's watch a recap of all the features in the standard and exclusive edition of both Shiranui Pvc and Shiranui Pvc Celestial Hal. Roll the clip! And we are back! Here we have the exclusive edition of both variants of Shiranui Pvc and the previously released Shiranui Resin Statue side by side. For those of you who may have purchased the Shiranui Resin Statue and would like to purchase the PVC versions as well, you can see how amazing they look together. You can see the majestic nature of Shiranui on full display. And here we have Amaterasu PVC, Amaterasu PVC Bladed Kusanagi, Oki PVC, Shiranui Pvc, and Shiranui Pvc Celestial Hal side by side. Also from our Okami PVC lineup is our Amaterasu PVC Karmic Transformer 8 and Amaterasu PVC Karmic Transformer 8 Bladed Kusanagi. For those of you who may own any of our other Okami PVC statues, you can see how they look together. The consistency in their design and details really create an awesome visual impact. If you'd like to own both variants of Shiranui Pvc, we have a combo edition for you, which will include the exclusive editions of both Shiranui Pvc and Shiranui Pvc Celestial Hal. We will also have a collector's edition of each available, which will have the same light-up features as the exclusive versions, but without the numbered base, authentication card, and premium deluxe box. Once the exclusive version is sold out, we will place the collector's edition online. Now let's move on to pricing. For the standard edition of Shiranui Pvc, the price is as follows. For the standard edition of Shiranui Pvc Celestial Hal, the price is as follows. Both will be available for pre-order at your local retailer. For the exclusive edition of Shiranui Pvc, the price is as follows. For the exclusive edition of Shiranui Pvc Celestial Hal, the price is as follows. Both versions are available for pre-order only on our website, first4figures.com. The exclusive edition of both versions will include a base with 2 LED modes, static and animated, and our beautifully designed premium deluxe box. For the combo pack, the price is as follows and is available for pre-order only on our website, first4figures.com. This pack will include the exclusive editions of Shiranui Pvc and Shiranui Pvc Celestial Hal. To recap, these are the prices for all editions. All prices indicated here exclude local taxes and shipping. So, prices for the EU, UK, and Australia regions will look different on our website as they are already inclusive of sales tax. We are running an early bird offer that will last for 2 weeks from today, so be sure to place your orders quickly within that time frame to take advantage of this limited time offer. For website pre-orders, we offer payment plans with no extra fees for those who wish to purchase in installments. We have warehouses in the following locations, which means no import fees for these regions. Shipping costs to your country are estimated at checkout. The final cost will be shown on the invoice, which will be sent to your registered email when your order is ready to ship. Thank you for joining us in our launch stream for our Shiranui Pvc statues. Check us out on our website, first4figures.com, for more details and follow us on our social media channels so you don't miss out on future Okami news and teasers. We also have an amazing community on Facebook called the First 4 Figures Official Collectors Club, where we chat with our members, run polls, post behind-the-scenes content, giveaways, and much more. So don't forget to check us out. And bam! Pre-orders are now open. Links are in the description. And that's a wrap. Thank you for joining us today. F4F is love, F4F is life, and we shall see you in the next one. Bye!